Hi, everybody, and welcome. This is Visible Lady of Faith coming to you with an overview of the Sunday School lesson entitled Victorious Love for Sunday, September the 20th, 2020. I have a question for y'all. What have you experienced in your life that resulted in you feeling that you overcame that experience or situation? How do we feel when unexpected or anticipated things happen to us? Do we experience anxiety or anxiousness and feel worried, stressful, or relieved? Sometimes we feel some type of way as a result of something we said or did, or something someone else said or did. Losses like losing a loved one through an accident, end of a friendship, or health challenges can leave us feeling sad or rejected. How do you feel when you experience an unexpected situation, whatever that looks like to you? In today's lesson, Joseph was in charge of selling grain during the 7-year famine. We learned in previous lessons that the Pharaoh, quote-unquote, hired Joseph to be the number 2 man in his Egyptian palace because he believed Joseph's interpretations of his dreams were from God. Several years ago, Joseph's brothers threw him in a hole because they were jealous of him because their father, Jacob, had given him a multicolored coat. He was later found in that hole by the Midianites, who sold him to the Ishmaelites, who took him to Egypt. So, when Joseph's brothers came to Egypt to buy grain during the famine, they did not recognize him. They had not seen each other for many years. Joseph's brothers thought he had died many years ago. Besides thinking he was dead, his appearance was different. He was dressed in traditional Egyptian clothing. Joseph interrogated his brothers when he realized that they were his biological brothers. Why do y'all think Joseph accused his brothers of being spies instead of just letting them buy grain and leave? There are always opportunities to forgive others. When we forgive, we release that bond that keeps us from having inner peace. When one of our loved ones is raped and the accuser denies it ever happened and has no consequences, it's hard to forgive that person. When we forgive someone, it sometimes feels like we gave that person's action a pass and that everything is all right when it is really not all right. Forgiveness does not equal trust. I will never trust a person that harms my loved ones. Will you? Joseph's encounter with his brothers was revealing. He recognized them, but they did not recognize him. He accused them of being spies who came to check out the land because he may have perceived them as a threat to Egypt's safety. Joseph demanded that his brothers stay in an Egyptian prison for 3 days as collateral until they brought their youngest brother to him. At this point, the brothers thought they were being punished for what they had done to Joseph all those years ago. Joseph learned from this encounter with his brothers that his brother Reuben had spoken up about their sinful action of throwing him in the hole as Joseph pleaded for his life, but his shouts went ignored by them. This reminds me of how innocent black men are murdered by police while pleading for their lives while trying to breathe. Their cries go unheard or ignored. When Joseph heard Reuben's words, he felt so much emotion that he turned away from them and cried. Even though he had forgiven his brothers, he still felt the pain of having been rejected. But he did not let that pain stop him from reaching out to them by filling their bags with grain and placing extra money in them. Do we let our response toward others who may have hurt us physically or emotionally turn into seeking revenge or holding on to grudges?